What's up, beautiful souls? It is Motivation Monday. Better late than never. What's up? You know what we do when things don't go the way we plan them to go? We just adapt. We adapt and we move forward and we do what we have to do. Just like my little temporary background. What y'all think of this, man? I love this. I don't know why I didn't think of it sooner. I'm away from home. We just got to move and adapt. We got to bob and weave. We got to do all the things that we can to make whatever situation we're in the best it can possibly be. Well, I'm LC. I'm the founder of Hope and Recovery Network, Recovery Soul Food Podcast, and the Recovery Soul Food YouTube channel. And you know what? I'm grateful to be here on this amazing Monday. Happy Labor Day for all of us in the U.S. I don't know what today. This might just be a regular Monday or something for somebody else, or Tuesday. Who knows? Who knows? I got way too much going on up here to worry about things. I got to pick my battles, pick my thought processes, and learn to live in my lane. So on this Motivation Monday, you guys get this video shared out. We're live on Lona Curry at Facebook.com, as well as the Recovery Soul Food YouTube channel. I love you guys. If you're ready to get started, I'm certainly ready to get started. So let's go. I hope everybody's had an amazing weekend so far. I'm still reeling from our interview on Saturday night with Joe Potosi, the author of When the Dust Settled. An amazing book, a very telling book about the effects of childhood abuse on our life. Things we don't always move through our day thinking about, but that affect us still. Sometimes we don't even understand where the pain comes from that we are trying to numb out and nurse with substance, with habit, with whatever destruction we are putting on ourselves. Do you know that every single bit of it comes from a lack of self-worth? Because people that love themselves do not put destructive poisons or activities upon their bodies. Now, you don't have to agree with me and you don't have to believe it, but it doesn't mean it's not true. So let me say some good mornings this morning. Jen Brownlee, good morning. Hey, Vonnie, Vaughn, I love you. Angel McWright, if you guys don't know Angel, then look up on Angel on TikTok. Angel, you'll have to put in your TikTok name since I'm not versed in the TikTok world. But Angel went from active addiction, like all of us, into having a dream, into stepping into it, stepping over fear, stepping through all of that and saying, hey, I'm here. I'm going to do something with this. I'm going to do something and show the world who I am. I ain't scared and I'm going to do it. And I think Angel has over 10,000 TikTok followers. Now, I don't know nothing about TikTok, but that sounds like a pretty good amount of folks to me. So you guys head over, if you're a TikToker, head over and check out Angel. Good morning, Mary Huffman. I hope that you are well. Mary is in the process of a very big learning process for her as well. It's going to be a soul healing, and eventually we will share it here. Stephanie Wagner, good morning. Good morning. 2.5 years off heroin. Angel McWright, that's huge. And I remember when I met you, I said you could do big things, and look at you. Look at you. Lori Waters, good morning, good morning, good morning. Drew Hicks, good morning. Thank you, Drew, for telling her that. I mean, I've watched her go from just barely holding on to recovery strong, and that's what every one of you can do here. Good morning, Libby. Let's see, Paula Folsom. Awesome. Good to see you here. All right, that's Alicia Lee, good morning. All right, I think that's all I can see so far. Again, StreamYard only shows me so many. So let's get into this, man. What if I told you everything you've been through somewhere before you got here, you chose this? And what if, before you get mad, what if It was for something that you had to do in the world to better humanity. What if you actually let that sink in and sat there for a minute and realized what a warrior you are? Realized that you are a human being here to help change the minds, the hearts, the healing of other human beings. Then you would have to let go of the regret of the past. You would have to let go of the shame and the guilt, because you would realize it's a mission. It's a mission. And you've got something to do here. And you cannot give up on yourself or in whatever situation that you find yourself in right now, because again, this is part of your soul purpose. We all agree that we all have a purpose here, even if we're not sure of it yet. We all agree that we do. And yet, we find ourselves in these situations and we have the thought, I can't take this anymore, and we give up. But here's all that's happening in those moments. It is your brain and ego fighting for your limitations, while your dreams are over here fighting to be broken out, fighting to be realized. And we get the awesome choice every single day which shoulder we move with. And either one that we move with, after moving with it until it becomes a habit, till it becomes our new normal, it determines the reality that we see. We have to understand that we are co-creators in this reality. And because of free will, we are given a choice. We can stay small, we can stay the same, or we can move out to deeper waters. We can move out into purpose, and we can use all of this pain that we've suffered through for the betterment of all. Now, I want to take a minute, because we have one of our warriors in our midst that is actually celebrating 2 months. Did I see that right? And I want to acknowledge her, because I have seen 2 months clean today for Stephanie Wagner. Now, I've seen Stephanie go back and forth on this shoulder, fighting for her limitations, yet having the pull to fight for her dreams. So I want to make sure that I take this moment to congratulate her on these 2 months clean. Sometimes we forget when we have 7 years or 30-something years. Sometimes we forget what a big deal 2 months is, because in those early stages and early days, the fight for our mind is unrelenting. It doesn't stop, because we're creating a new program. And every day that we walk through that, and we keep going past those turns on our path that we know will take us to places that will give us temporary relief, we also know that with that temporary relief comes all those old emotions that keep us wound up in the cycle. You see, we're in these whirlwinds. They're like tornadoes. And once we feel like we get in the cycle, we feel like we don't have any control until it drops us out. But Stephanie and all of you are realizing that you have the control, and that everything that we go through, everything that we see in our 5 senses starts here. And it starts with that belief of, am I worth it? We fight thoughts like, I'm not strong enough. I've tried this before and it never worked. You don't know my pain. I've been through too much. We fight thoughts like that. because those come from that deep root of just not good enough. I know that root well because it is a root that I dig up and go deeper and deeper and deeper on every single day myself. My history is a lot like Joe Potosi's in that I felt throughout my entire life that I was someone's resentment, that I messed up the life of other people, that I was weird, different, abused. And if I can fight out of that, I can come to a place now where I'll throw myself completely naked, if you will, in a soul aspect, out in front of all of you. Then you can do anything and everything that your heart is pulling you to do. There's nothing you can't do. And if you go back to where we first started this video and you thought for 1 second about you sitting with your higher power as a soul, as a thought, and going over your soul's plan, and you choosing this life because there was a greater mission to it, you could easily let go of that victim mentality, because again, you would know you were sent in as a soldier. You were sent in as a warrior. You were sent in to do a mighty job here on earth at this very time, at this very moment, at your exact age, at your exact demographic, exactly who you are. For many years of my life, I thought being who I was this awful, strange, weird, unacceptable lack of human just being. And I did everything I could to take myself out of this world. But deep inside of me, there was a small knowing, that still small voice that said, hang on, I got a plan for this. It's going to work out. And now in 2020, where we're all of us that are thrown off as different, as weird, are now coming together and banding together to bring awareness to accepting each of us uniquely as ourselves. And what bothers me more than anything is when I see disharmony in the recovery community and I see judgment. So I'm going to tell you guys what, I can't judge a single solitary person on this earth. I have woken up in my own vomit, in places that I'd rather not talk about, but surely will. I have done things to those I love that are despicable. And yet, on a daily basis in this community, I still get judged for being who I am. That used to bother me. It doesn't bother me anymore. Because I know that all that is happening when someone else cannot accept you for who you are in all of your glory as your beautiful, unique self, they are fighting their own limitations. They are fighting for the right to remain sitting in the cheap seats, and they're talking about you because you are playing full out in your life. We've got to come to know that we give the things in our lives that affect us their meanings. In fact, there is no meaning to whatever is said, thrown at you, done, or anything until you decide that gets in. I come here Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays, and even sometimes Sundays to help you realize that you don't have to let that stuff in, that you have the power to decide what you make important in your life. And I read a post this morning that was just so, I love it because it was just for this. I love getting confirmations of messages that are just divinely inspired within me, that says, I'm too busy working on my own grass to decide whether yours is greener. Oh, I love it. It's those small little moments, those moments of confirmation that allow you to know that you are on the right path, that you are walking in your true divine mastery, and that all this that you're going through, that you're working through, that seems so hard right now, will be the exact thing that will be used in the life of someone else, and you at that moment will know what it was all for. I remember in my very first year of recovery, my wife began to go through her relapse. And I remember just being angry because I had such a different understanding of God and what that was supposed to be, and who God was supposed to be in my life. And if we're not careful, if we only believe in the story God that we've heard, the one that comes you out of it situations, the one that comes and saves the day through, taking you out of this or whatever, we will find ourselves holding a lot of resentment for the story. What I learned through that situation was God was in my midst, and that the entire thing that I was going through was all a miracle. And I'll give you, it engulfed many miracles, and I'll tell you just a few. Number one, it was to show me that I could stay clean through it all, that I had made my decision and that's what it was going to be. That I could fight the good fight not to go along. That I could change my focus and therefore change my experience. It taught me the miracle is that I cannot create in somebody else's life. That I cannot try to control anyone else or what they're feeling, what they're doing, what they're going through, nor can I judge it. And trust me, I tried all of those things. I learned so much about the disease of addiction in that time that I did not know because of the perspective that I had only experienced, which was me as the addict in active addiction, spreading out destruction. That was the only perspective that I had. I would not be a well-rounded person to be sitting in front of you telling you all this had I not gone through 2 years with my wife, the person I loved more than anyone not related to me. I learned so much. I learned about marriage. I learned about being a parent. I learned about myself. And I learned a lot about being in communion and relationship with my higher power. I am so grateful for that experience because I have a closeness in that relationship today that I didn't have before. I have a perspective to be able to speak to people that are having many different experiences in the arena of addiction. Grateful. I'll have you know, my wife is working in 5 years of recovery at this point because I took my hands off the wheel and I let her have her own experience and journey. And she is beautiful today with her own deep experience and relationship. That is what all of that gave me. And without that, I could not have this place of gratitude. So I beg of you today, don't discount those things that you're going through that are extremely hard, because they will be for something mighty. And I can guarantee it, but only if you decide to let that be that. I love you guys, man. I really, really do. And I really, really, really want to see each and every one of you just achieve all of the amazing things, because your imagination is God's coming attractions for what is there for you, what is possible for you. I've told you this many times. Everything you see, you don't connect with. But those things that you look at and you say, man, I think I could do that, or I wish I could do that, those are for you. You wouldn't feel it if you did not have the ability to achieve it. So don't discount your daydreams. Don't discount your wishes as fleeting things. And do not let those limitations come behind and say, you can't do that. You're too old to do that. You're not tall enough to do that. Don't listen to that. Don't listen to that. Acknowledge it and realize in that one very thought that there is a great place for you to start working. There's a wonderful thought process for you to start to transform right there. When you hear the limitation, stomp your foot, do something physically so that you can jostle yourself out of that and say, if I can think it and I can dream it, I can achieve it. It would not be here if I could not have it. And start to really believe and know that universal law is in effect every day of our lives, just the same as gravity. You don't see it, but you dang sure experience it. And it's the same with universal law. This universe has to have an order to it. This is what's called the law of grace. And love is the container that holds it all. So whether you believe in the law of attraction or not, whether all you know of the law of attraction is what you've seen on The Secret, I beg of you to go deeper, because it is in effect in your life today. It's not just a positive law. It is also a negative law. It is just a law. Where your focus goes, your energy flows. And whatever your mind is attached to, connected with your emotions, is what has to come back to you. So if you are in a mindset of lack and limitation, then all you can experience is more lack and limitation. So arrest those thoughts, flip them around, and watch miracles unfold in your life. I'm living proof. I sit here before you. I live by what I tell you. What I give to you is straight from my life. I put these things into practice. I work these laws every single day. And it was in the moment that I started learning universal law, started putting it into effect in my life, that I began to start moving in unison with my dreams and my goals and my inner being. There's a deep internal part of you that lives and knows exactly what you want and exactly how to get it, and it will line the path up for you, and you don't have to worry about the how. So I want you today, don't worry about how you're going to be successful today. Just find what it is you are looking for success in and move towards that. Tell yourself every day, I can do anything and everything I put my mind to. I've proven it to myself before. And move towards that. I love you. I really do. I pray that you hear that from my heart. Fight your good fight today. Be the warrior that you are. Remember our creed. Warriors never quit. We never give in. We stay right here in this fight until we win. And that's our creed. That's what we live by. You guys, I adore you. The Teespring t-shirt place is our storefront is up. And I'm going to write it right now in the comments. It is teespring.com/warrior wear. If I can spell. Warrior wear dash I live recovery. Boom. That's it. So I want you guys to get out of here. Have the most amazing, motivated Monday of your entire life. Why? Because you choose to. You are a miracle. Act accordingly. You guys have an amazing day. God willing, I'll see you right back here, 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here, Lona Curry at Facebook.com, as well as the Recovery Soul Food YouTube channel. If you are not already a subscriber, I know there's two. One is a branded and one is my regular. Subscribe to both. All right? Like, subscribe, and share those things out. Help me grow that platform, please. I really, really, really want to make that move there. I love the platform. I think there's so much that we can do there. Also, please head over to Convene Communities. Let me write that in the comments as well. And go to the Hope and Support community and join the Recovery Soul Food group there. Alicia Lee, I want to thank you for being my first affiliate there. And you guys head over to Convene Communities. I will actually be making an appearance on Matthew's podcast this Thursday night with Convene Communities. Just kind of putting a spotlight on the Recovery Soul Food group there. So guys, there's so much there too that you can get involved in and learn about. So get over there, Convene Communities, the Hope and Support community. Our community leader is my great friend, Anthony McCauley. So already you got Anthony McCauley, you got Elsie, you know that we are throwing some amazing content there. And you can see everything from YouTube and here right there on Convene. I love you guys. I love you. Thank you, Livy. I appreciate that so much. And you guys have an amazing day. I'll see you Wednesday. All right. Y'all get out of here. Have a great one. I love ya.